So ready to start, just wanted to say a couple of words about POLIMODA. So we're connected here today, and POLIMODA is recognized worldwide for its quality fashion education and is actually listed in both the Business of Fashion and Fashionista Global Fashion School, is ranked as one of the top 10 fashion schools in the world. POLIMODA prides itself on its professional training by means of highly specialized working and research methodologies. Talking about numbers, so we have 2,000 students of 70 different nationalities. So POLIMODA is not only an educational institute, but is a creative campus, an hotbed for visionary and opinion leaders from the world of fashion, culture, and education. The headquarters is in Florence, Italy, the beating heart of the Made in Italy brand. And POLIMODA is a center where the very DNA of the Italian excellence entwines with the international vision. It was founded in 1986 as part of an initiative conceived and financed by the city of Florence and Prato and Fashion Sector Trade Association. And POLIMODA at the moment has over 35 years of experience in education, specialized in the fashion and luxury sectors. President of the school, you definitely have heard of him since 2006, Ferruccio Ferragamo, and is also president of Ferragamo Finanziaria. And is an enlightened entrepreneur, and his name represents Made in Italy fashion all over the world. From February 2021, the director of the institute is Massimiliano Giornetti, as an international non-creative director. He's an alumnus of the school with a long career in the fashion field, holding the role of creative director of Salvatore Ferragamo for 16 years. So we're talking about highly ranked institution, giving you a little bit of history, so you have an idea of the privilege. Actually, I also have to have here to hear from Stefano. It's now time, Stefano, to leave the floor for the presentation, and I look forward to receiving all of your questions.
Okay, thank you so much to everyone, and it's a real big pleasure for me to have this presentation in front of every one of you. Fortunately, I can't see you, but I hope and I think we'll have a lot of questions after. So I have a little bit of knowledge of Spanish and Portuguese as well. So if you want, you can hablar español or falar português. And it's better if it's written form, of course. So just a brief introduction about what I'm doing in my life. So as Federica said, I'm teacher here in POLIMODA. I'm in charge of the course of blockchain and metaverse for the fashion industry, and I also teach startup and brand management and fashion branding mostly. So both for finance, for the business department and design department. The other part of my life, what I'm doing is a startupper. So I'm an entrepreneur. And so my goal is always to check and look what is the innovation. And that's basically that's how and where I started to study blockchain and all this work almost 3 years ago, when basically only few people were studying about it. There were a lot of people that would say this is a word that will never happen. As every big innovation at the beginning is like a bet. So you have to invest time, making more curiosity, starting with some project. And after, if sometimes you are lucky or you get the right intuition, half and half, so you can maybe anticipate something that is the new trend, the new word that is coming. So I'm now sharing my presentation, small presentation, and we can deep dive into the world of blockchain, Web 3.0, Metaverse, especially focus on fashion industry. Can you see?
Perfect. Yes, thank you.
Maybe Okay. So, when we're speaking, to start to understand what is metaverse, we need to think and to start to speak about what is Web 3.0. How to understand how is Web 3.0? Well, let's start to study the evolution of internet. Probably most of you are extremely young that you don't remember how is the Web 1.0. So the Web 1.0 was the old website. So it was the beginning of internet. Internet started with the beginning of internet, start a lot of social change around the world. The distance between different countries start to be really limited. Means that you are from Mexico, you are from Colombia, Brazil, you can start to upload online some informations, some web page, and users from all around the world can start to read it. So before the communication was localized in your own country, in your own time, TV, newspaper was the main driver of the communication. Now we can have a tool, the internet, that is able to enable us to communicate worldwide. This was happening starting from 1995. Yes, it's a bit of time, but it's not billions of years ago. We're still speaking about 30, 40 years ago. So the technology, there's a Web 1.0. The technology evolved. How evolved? Internet in Web 1.0 was extremely slow. Consider that to download the song or to download the movie, to download the song was more or less 30, 40 minutes to download one single song. A movie was days. So the technology improved and started to be faster and accessible from everywhere. Technology enabled a social change. So with an evolution of the net, we started to have this internet, this connection extremely faster. And WhatsApp, internet start to enter in our daily life, not only laptop, but in our smartphone. I probably think that every one of you has a smartphone. And another possibility that allows this new technology, the evolution of the technology, so together with read contents around the world, the technology enable us to even to write contents. Write content, what does it mean? So that we can actively contribute to the network. Big example, social media. At the end, what is Instagram? What is TikTok? It's an empty platform because we are the content creator. We are posting, we are sharing, we can have interaction with a lot of people all around the world. And so that's a big change in our society. All the social network and other companies raised up like Airbnb, Uber, Google Maps. Can you, we have to use the imagination right now to think to a world without the Google Maps. Of course, the Web 2.0 is what is actually we are living, but there is a new evolution. The new evolution starting with the Web 3.0. The point is, who is the owner of the content that we are posting on Instagram, for example, or on TikTok? The owner is probably Meta or Facebook. The owner is probably Google. The owner is TikTok. So with the new technology that is associated to blockchain, enable us as user or the society around the world to read contents, write contents, but also to have the ownership of our contents. And this is changing everything. It's changing everything because in Web 2.0, we basically, all the business model, the way that the Google is paid is the currency, I would say, is our data, our information. Those services are not for free. We are offering to them our data information. They are monetizing, selling those information to companies that are using it for advertising. And if we are the owner of our content, that's something, a big evolution that's happening. It's happening right now. Of course, technology is, we are in the beginning of this technology, but there are so many investments, so probably will run so fast. I don't want to be focused on technologies and technical aspect, but more into the social aspect, because even like for the social media, it's not the technology that makes the difference, it's how we are using it that is making the difference and change our life, for example, for social media. So to understand how this world is possible, well, we need to go back. I will go back to the history, or to the prehistory, to the beginning of the human society. So in prehistorical era, well, there were no rule, no regulation, nothing. So only informal rules. So if I want, I can even use the violence to have something. Well, the humanity found a smart solution for it. So to solve the problem, creating what? Formal institution like government or online institution. Even company, we can consider institutions. What's the meaning of those institutions? Basically, to understand the meaning of this institution, we need to think more about one concept. The concept is trust. What is trust? We trust to someone that we know. We need to know each other. We need to trust to a company. We trust to a brand. We trust to a fashion brand. Usually we can going to buy Gucci because we trust to what Gucci is saying, has a reputation that say, okay, what Gucci is selling to me is good, is high quality, is recognized, is cool. Same for your, I don't know, daily transaction. We trust to a bank that is protecting our bank account, our saving. If I have to send a bank transfer, I trust that the bank is doing all the processes to another bank, to Federica Bank, that is receiving that. So those are two trust. Probably is if I have to give something to someone of you, it will be the same. So the concept is, if I know someone, I can have trust. So the definition of trust is really hard and complicated. And basically, there is a central organization. Every is centralized element that is that usually guarantee us to protect this trust. Well, what if a technology can skip all this process? And the technology that has a name, that is a blockchain, can guarantee us to make transaction in a safe way, even if we don't know each other, without any intermediation. And that's something that is happening right now using the part of blockchain. So we will be able to connect each other, to make some transaction without knowing each other, because we don't trust to people that protect our payment, but we trust to the technology that is back. And it's a huge, huge change in our society. So starting from a centralized world where everything is owned by, especially in the world of digital, everything is usually centralized. Most of the web is owned by few companies at the end, because we have Amazon, we have Google, and we have Meta. So the real point is to understand and start to get into the mindset of the decentralization. Decentralization, that means, okay, how will work a world without a central authority that is could be a company that is managing everything? So for this reason, we have the accountability that is normally the basic of the centralized society is substituted by the blockchain. And do you have noise, Federica?
No, we could hear you fine.
Okay, because I have some noise outside.
No, we can hear you perfectly. Thank you.
Okay, so the accountability is substituted by the blockchain. So we can, is really improper way, but I think I prefer to be understood instead of technically correct. We can consider that the blockchain kind of an evolution of the database, an evolution where we can upload information, and the information that are uploaded are public, in sort of way, public, and basically no one can delete it and modify it. So this small aspect, those aspects make kind of a property, can be considered a property. We'll see later. In a centralized world, we have fiat. That means that, so we have the normal currency like dollar, pesos, or euro. In a decentralized world, we have the cryptocurrency. Skipping, and the sensation of property in a decentralized world, we have the famous NFT. What is, in easy word, an NFT? Well, if you're going to buy clothes, for example, you go in a shop and you buy this jacket. Well, you know that you have the property of this jacket because you have the receipt and because you can bring this jacket at home. How is possible with the block in a digital world to guarantee the property of something? Because most of us, we just copy and pasting from the digital world. Blockchain can do it because can certify that something is is a digital asset, certified and uploaded in this certified using the blockchain, can give you the name and the timestamp, and that is something that is yours. And this is a really big change because this t-shirt, digital t-shirt, started to be a digital asset that you can collect because it is yours. It means that content creator can start to design start to express all their own creativity without the risk to be grabbed and to be copied. Doesn't mean that NFT, that means not fungible token, have to be unique. You are free to decide, like in the real world, you are free to decide how many jackets you produce, maybe 100, and as a price. Maybe you can produce only 2 of them. so you can play with the exclusivity of what you're doing. And okay, if we have those assets, that means property, digital property, can we hold it in our wallet, normal wallet? No. We need to have an access to what? To a digital wallet. The digital wallet is the tool that allows us to collect all our digital asset. Digital asset doesn't mean only digital money, so cryptocurrency, but even NFT. And I hope that I'm not speaking so fast. For me, you know, that's if I'm not seeing your face, maybe.
I know it's not easy, but we actually started to receive questions. So I believe it's actually great. There is a lot of interest into things you're actually explaining now, so we can go through after the presentation.
Okay, so that's, please, if I'm going too fast, just ask to Federica and I go a little bit slow.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, that's digital wallets. I included the logo of one of the most famous digital wallet that you probably, someone of you know, is MetaMask. So, well, probably, maybe someone of you will going to ask, yes, but those content creators, how many they are, that's really, it's a 104 billions market size. So it's a huge market that we are going to touch. Why we are speaking about the content creator? Because even the fashion industry is full of content creators in a wide way. Okay, based on those premises, we can start to introduce the word of the metaverse. The word of the metaverse, okay, now everything is a new definition. So it's a chaos. And if you ask to probably 10, 20 people, you can get 40 or 50 different opinions. And sometimes I would say that, no, I don't know who is right or not. So the metaverse, we can consider it as an online virtual world where the human's avatar connect either by playing games, buying and selling things, participating in similar interests and events. And so we starting to include what is the word of the virtual reality. The sense is, if you are the owner of some objects, digital object, first, where can we buy it? Second, where can we show it? So like the metaverse started to be the place where we can find, sell, and show our digital asset. And of course, maybe someone is not really trusting on the metaverse. I'm no one to say that is the right way, it will be the way or not. I'm just speaking that the market side plan from PricewaterhouseCoopers in 2030 will be billions of market. So at least those are the indication, and why a lot of companies and people are studying and investing in this field. Well, going deeper to the metaverse, I started this webinar speaking about decentralization and centralization. And so this is one of the big topics of the metaverse. On your right, I think we have the Meta, that is Meta, Facebook, that are designing and starting probably something that is more close to a centralized metaverse. From the other end, we have another world that they're studying and investing into a decentralized metaverse. I'm starting to speak. I can only have personal opinion, but I think that is not correct to show you what is my personal opinion. I'm just showing you the fact as it is, and you can be free to decide what is better for you and to make what not. There is not probably better or not better, something different, more appropriate or not, depend on what you have to do. I think we have to be open to the innovation in every form, because no one of us can predict the future. So we just need to be ready. Metaverse. So is it used by fashion company? A lot. We can see that Gucci valued. So it started to make internet, so to make those virtual reality, so digitalized experiences that allow them to have a new engagement with their client. 1 year ago, we have in May 23, we have a really big announcement. It was the first time that we had the Metaverse Fashion Week into the platform of the Centerlands. So a lot of brands started to create their own fashion week, so their own trade show into the metaverse, wearing avatars. Influencer, VIP, everyone have started to show themselves with a personalized avatar and dress. Companies starting to invest and buy some lands, some space, lands kind of space into the metaverse that allow them to interact with their own clients. Those are some pictures about how that worked. The announcement was big, but unfortunately, at the moment, the result was not that great. What worked? Yes, so the event was really joyful, enabled new different experiences according with the feedback from the society and the brand that invested on this Metaverse Fashion Week. Yes, they started to see a lot of opportunities. But unfortunately, the technology, there were so many technical limitations. The graphics was not so great, was still a lot of problem. We are at the beginning of this world. And we have to accept that we only have one way to improve it, is to try, test it, maybe fail, and going ahead to find the best solution of. Another failure, that's the fact that is still at the infancy of this world, is also demonstrated by the traffic of the Centerland. Unfortunately, right now, we don't have a lot of users that are daily getting into the world of the Centerland. We are speaking about 2,000, 3,000 users per day. So basically is nothing compared to the rest of the world. Okay. Finishing with, I spoke just a brief introduction about what is the Centerland and the decentralized part of the metaverse. I'm now showing to you what is the other version that companies like Meta is working on. So in this case, I will stop to speak for a while and I will introduce you some video. I hope that maybe I forgot to click the audio.
We will see. So let's see if we can hear it. Otherwise, we're just going to share it again. Absolutely no problem.
Okay.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But one day, this lecture hall will be made of code. And though they're virtual students, what they'll learn together is real. A surgeon will be able to practice as many times as needed in the metaverse before laying her hands on a real patient. Being able to explore a spacecraft is one thing, but the metaverse will let us go farther than any rocket can take us. In the future, students will be able to take a field trip to ancient Rome. And young artists can learn from a masterpiece. Farmers will one day use augmented reality to help ensure the best yields. And urban planners will be able to model traffic solutions to help decrease commute times. So while the metaverse may be virtual, the impact will be real.
Okay, those videos, I'm starting to upload some videos that are really up to date because are uploaded with new technologies that uploaded more or less 10, 12, 13 days ago. So that's.
I had this idea. I was walking and then this beat came to me. Want to try it out?
This set of plans is not showing us the level of accessibility that we really want.
Yeah, I'm really liking what you're doing with the overall shape.
Yeah. Bring the bass in a little bit.
She's a little shy right now. She understands she's being painted.
This one, I was thinking maybe a little thinner.
Opening shot. A car comes in to the front area of the hotel.
Oh, Bertie, come on, yeah!
Are you goofing?
No!
Okay, so Act 3.
Yes! I'm good at this.
Okay, so I hope that this explain more than a lot of word what Meta is going to do. So, and just now there's a new release of the Meta Quest Pro, that is those glasses that probably some of you already started to see around the world, that was enabled to get into this virtual reality. So this kind of metaverse. So that will be enabled to us some new functionality. So new functionality that we can have to live new digital experiences. As a brand can personalize digital experience, can design and develop for them, but we can also use it for our daily life. What daily life is, so maybe now we are in a kind of metaverse because Zoom is a kind of metaverse. So instead to speak in a small square, probably you can see like the avatar of Stefano, Federica, and Alice that are using the hands with the digital wall and like to interact. Maybe it's potentially not even in my place or in our place, but directly in a simulation of the university, in a simulation of POLIMODA. That could really enhance the experience of like even an easy and simple webinar like this. Well, those are the advertisement of Meta. So some people just few days ago started to have those prototypes. So I decided to include a small video, part of this video that is a test of a normal user, an influencer that started using this to test the real product, to have even a different opinion. I will go directly to the minutes 5 because it's a long video and we don't have a lot of time. Yeah, it's 9. I still have 10 minutes more or less. So I have to go.
Now, the best way to
but my presence in it and the presence of all these other people felt really real.
Do you guys have wine?
Yeah, of course. Wine, everything you want. Just imagine.
I even felt awkward when the comedian hit on my avatar.
You're the girl that I was trying to find out your name, but I can't because my hands all. I'm trying to be subtle.
I spent a good amount of time in Altspace and came away thinking it's like an AOL chat room evolved, which I'm not sure is a good or a bad thing.
I need to relax for a moment.
Meetings in the metaverse are a thing.
Hi, Erin. I'm Joanna. Nice to meet you.
Hey, thanks for coming.
The idea is that instead of Zoom, you chat as avatars. My first meeting was in an app called Spatial, and of course it required a different avatar. Yes, that's my actual face on a floating torso. I met up with the co-founder of Spatial, Anand Agrawala, in an NFT art gallery with works from Ken Kelleher, aka Anchorball, on display.
And this is a great stop because it turns out I'm in an NFT art gallery, which sounds like the metaverse to me.
Heck yeah. I mean, you can't get more metaversey than a, pixelated dog or these crazy heads and stuff, or these beautiful sculptures.
We also went to a campfire where I asked him about the lack of legs.
Right? The headset tracks your head and your hands, and so we can make it do realistic stuff. What are my legs supposed to do? We can't actually detect the signal from your legs. Legs are coming soon.
I quickly had to jump from that.
So that was a simulation of what's the potential of a technology that is centralized, and the one that Meta is developing, especially the virtual room for the working office, even in collaboration with Microsoft. So two big monster company, really big company that are working together to create those environmental new spaces. So another question is, digital can be physical? Of course, the answer is not. So one of the biggest points that we are speaking about is how to transform, how can interpret this new technology, because our mind is still sticked to the physical world. Maybe you're extremely young generation, for you is normal, but for old people and even older than me, I'm 37, and I can guarantee to you, when you are going to speak with people that is as my age, even a little bit more younger, and even especially the more older than me, it's really complicated to speak about this, because they start to convert analog. How can I represent what is physical in a digital way? And that's not the point. We are speaking about is not digital, it's not the enemies of the physical part. They can work together and they can live together. And then together they can create new opportunities, something that the physical world can do. Digital, we probably will be hard for us to touch the digital. But the digital world can enable us a lot of more aspects that I would love to speak on my conclusion. So right now, the word of this word of metaverse, Web 3.0, we are speaking a lot about the digital twins. So it's a physical product that is also represented as digital product in NFT. It's a twin. One is physical, the other is digital. One, I can use it in my daily life, physical life, and the other one, I should be able to use it in my digital life. So basically, all this word, and then going to my part of the conclusions, is we are creating a new way of customer engagement. A new way that's, first of all, the metaverse will have, this is my personal point of view, will have real results, centralized or not centralized. Only if we will find a way to have benefits for our life. We have not to be scared, because no one will force us probably to use it. We will we will love to use it only if we will find some benefits. That's yes. If we find benefits, we are going to use these technologies. And the new customer engagement, now going deeper to even to speaking about the part of the fashion world. Let's with using some examples. So let's speak about a trade show. Before I show it to you, the Metaverse Fashion Week. How many of you are invited to see, to watch a fashion show from Gucci, from Armani, from all the luxury brands? Probably only few of you have those possibility and chance. And maybe if you even if you get the invitation, it could be hard. So one of you come from Brazil or from Mexico, from all around the world, have to come physically, maybe in Milan, to attend an event. So in this way, we can connect all the client base all together. And you as client maybe can enjoy to have a preview of what is the new collection and to interact with the team, in this case, Gucci, Ferragamo, which brand you want. So the possibility that you have, let's work with our imagination. Why working with imagination? Because this is a world that we have to create. I have a bit to create, but you mostly probably have to create. So basically, you can create some digital events that make more engagement with your client base. You're going to a fashion show, you can maybe interact and buy directly the NFT, the digital version of something that you may be ordering and you will receive after 3 months. Kind of digital twin, pre-order. Or maybe you can just buy the ticket, so the NFT to wear it in your digital life. If you are a client and you can be more connected with the brand. Right now, in the physical world, big brands don't know who is buying their clothes. Well, using the NFT, we have a traceability of that. So let's see, maybe they will not know that Stefano is the client, but maybe they will know that that digital wallet is the client. And if it's a loyal client, I can tell you, hey, digital wallet Stefano, you know, you are invited to join to my after party after the event, and you have the possibility to speak with the creative director of the company. How many of us has this opportunity? That will be not possible because clients are now dislocated all around the world. And so there is totally new form of engagement that the brand can really have benefits of. So the real point is today we are speaking and we are so investing all the fashion world, not only, but one of the biggest investors, the fashion, is speaking a lot about how to create new experiences and how to create a new customer engagement, new and advanced and an evolution of the engagement with our client. And that's what I hope that the Metaverse can bring for in the next future. That's basically my conclusion. I think that I'm perfectly in time for the question.
You are. So thank you so much for the presentation. Thank you all for being connected and for all of your valuable questions. So Stefano, we'll do our best to answer them together. If for some of them we won't have time, we will make sure to take your details and we can get back to you later about this. So let's go through the first questions that we receive. So they're asking us if you think in the future the metaverse will substitute real shops. This is what Carla is asking.
Okay, Carla. So I think that is the shop, as some of other business have to renovate maybe a way to think. That's my personal. Now the shops is more an experience sometimes. It's kind of, especially the boutique one, if you're speaking about the luxury one, it's more a lot of experience. It's kind of showroom. We go there to experience the brand experience. So it will be an augmented. So they have to work together. I don't think that a word will destroy another. I don't think so, but we need to find a way to collaborate and create a better experience that can work together.
Perfect. Can see we're receiving some questions in the chat. It would be actually best if you could type them into the Q&A so we have track of them. Someone is asking us if digital assets can be transformed to physical one.
Digital asset can be transformed, of course. So if you're buying an NFT, for example, the example of the fashion show, you can buy an NFT of the dress that you want to maybe buy. You receive the NFT, and maybe after that it can be transformed into the physical object.
Okay, so do you have class in the metaverse, and do you teach this sort of knowledge at POLIMODA?
I have a course in business of fashion. At the moment, I have a course in business of fashion, blockchain and metaverse for fashion industries. Yes, I don't want to say that we are the first university of the world to have this, but if we're not the first, we are for sure in the top 5. I don't want to say top 10, top 5. When we started March of this year. So that's extremely early.
Perfect. And then one thing I wanted also to add, we will be sharing with you after the event an email where you can actually find more initiative about POLIMODA. You can browse all the courses and you can find out more. So Chloe is asking us, how would advertisement work in the metaverse? Would there be billboards around the space, or would it be more similar to branded content, advertisements introduced in entertainment?
So that's a really good question. And it's also depending on if you're speaking about the centralized metaverse, centralized world definition of, and the decentralized one. Because the centralized probably would be, I have the sensation, but I can guarantee, just my opinion, it's a new word, I'm guessing, that will be more similar to the one that we already knows. In a decentralized way, so they will be enabled, we will have to restudy again all the way to advertise and all the way to make monetize and marketing. Because the past one, the Web 2.0, will probably have less sense. One of the example could be like the trading of the NFT. Maybe you can receive the brand can receive part of the money when user, me and Federica, we are changing something, and the brand can still have a small royalties for that. Just the example, but to make that, we should speak about smart contracts. That is another big topic. I don't think that we can read deeply understand those Web 3.0. There is only one way first, to study a lot.
Talking about this, Paula is asking us, topic is super interesting. Is anything that you can recommend us reading, like text, books, anything that you would recommend reading?
Absolutely good question. Reading start to follow the topics. Now this is a world that is going so fast that the book written probably published 4 months ago now are not valid anymore. So only specialized blog, but have to be trustable. Make the source have to be trustable, link who is following it, and to find your own way. And yeah, that's what I can recommend, like Cointelegraph and other.
We talked about a hot topic, definitely Metaverse, but also sustainability. Someone is asking us if you think the Metaverse can help to make fashion more sustainable.
Well, the Metaverse, I don't know, honestly. What is the blockchain? Probably yes. Because in theory, one of the application is the traceability of the supply chain. So if a supply chain is tracked and is transparent, potentially transparent, of course, can encourage the sustainability. Because if you're not sustainable, you have to show it. So basically, now is the value, so can be.
Delia is asking us, in the fact of buying a dress or clothes, NFT, can we create in real life just to wear it? So basically, are brands producing the NFT in real life like now?
Sorry, what is the question?
This is in the Q&A. So Delia is asking if brands are producing the NFT in real life right now and if it's deployed now, basically.
Yes, the brands are deploying it right now, of course. The fashion brands are using it to deploy Dolce & Gabbana. All the big fashion brands, they are deploying their NFT, and they're also selling it. You can visit, if you're joined into the central, you can even go to visit the shops of some of the brands that are into. And the application of the technology is used in different way, because this is a new world, but especially in the Metaverse, yes. Gucci valued, you can even apply, type it online, you can make your own, and you can even play and start to play and make, you can even buy NFT, of course.
Isadora is asking, what sort of foundation courses do you suggest for fashion students interested to learn more about Metaverse? Do you need to have a background in IT or any other background?
No, basically, you don't need a background in IT, of course. So speaking about, for my personal point of view, it's impossible to say that you are an expert of Metaverse of blockchain, because you should be expert in cryptography, in maths, in IT, in business, fashion business, in a business. So everything is a new expertise. So of course, you need to have just a little bit the basic of something that, okay, to know how it works. And after that, you can start even with communication, economics. It depends on what the field that you want to apply your competence into the Metaverse.
Eduardo is asking us, do you think that first we need to ensure a global access to the Metaverse in order to be able to make this important step into transforming the fashion industry? So talking about accessibility at the moment seems like it's accessible only to few. Do you think this is necessary?
Of course. Now, the technical limitation, as I said before, are really big limits. The accessibility, even to make to create a digital wallet, is not, maybe for you guys, yes, but for some of the other, probably not really easy. So we need to work hard, at least. Yes, that's the truth. They have to be accessible. Even the virtual, all the virtual and augmented reality have to be tested, accessible, all have to be deployed. So we need a little bit of time. We are running, but today is not ready. Maybe if we do the same webinar in 7 months, we will have some news, but not today. That's why also could be interesting to start to work and study from now, because maybe could be the topic of tomorrow.
They're asking us if you see any possible negative effects of the Metaverse applied to business.
Negative effect, of course, there could be negative effect. So like this, when the social media happens, so the addiction. So maybe we can start, if we enjoy so much one tool, we can be addicted. So that could be a problem. And another problem is that maybe we are going to push too much into the digital world, and we are losing something that from heritage. So everyone, but it's also some problems that were existing right now. So to protect the heritage, people that really wants to work handmade artisan stuff. So yeah, that will be even a problem.
Paul has a question about the classes. So you mentioned POLIMODA is one of the first to touch base on the metaverse, asking if in the classes you also talk about how to find advantages over a crowded space such as metaverse.
So I can only speak about my course. So my course is mostly focused on business aspect, how to design a business model in a decentralized way, how to get into this new world, a new mentality. That's, for me, is one of the most relevant topics for me.
Thank you. So they're asking, so Michelle, so she says, I'm from Mexico, and for my fashion thesis, my TMMI made suits for the future space tourists in a physical way and in the cloud to make them NFT. Do you think this can be spendable in the future, or do you think it's not convenient?
Okay, from fashion test, my TMMI made a suit for future space tourists in a physical way and Cloud, yeah. Cloud 3D is okay, it's a program to make them NFT. They can be expandable. Well, of course, can be expandable in the future. Of course, it could be. Just a wait. Just basically wait just a little bit. Start to investigate how the direction is going. So even the tools that are using, the timing could be relevant to understand. The technology have to be ready. If not, you're starting to study for something that after 3 months is not that updated. So let's check it out. But of course, it's
worth it. Thank you so much. Still have like few minutes, so we have lots of questions. We'll do our best to answer them. Tanya is asking, for fashion brands, Metaverse represents a great opportunity for growth, but is it only focused on a niche of the market? Do you think that has the potential of reaching every type of consumer?
Well, at the moment, yes. But has the potential to reach all the type of consumer. I remembered, so we're in the fashion world, we studied for the last 10 years, we started to study the Gen Z. So we are studying the new generation that are coming on. So every year, the market share will be bigger. And that's why this is the interest of companies on it. Because the market is changing, and what is now is the niche will become a big market in few years.
Perfect, thanks. General question, can you give us an example about how to use the fashion in the metaverse?
How to use the fashion in the metaverse. So for example, so I spoke about the fashion show. Okay, so I hope that was clear. So you can have an invitation and attend some event about the show. You can pre-buy the ticket of the event with an NFT. You can even buy the clothes. So, but let's make other example that can work in a fashion industry. So basically, where do you want to wear it? Maybe you want just to buy an NFT for yourself. Before we analyzed a bit the working space, digital working space. So probably, maybe we want to wear it in a cool way. in a nice way. So there will be a new social representation of ourselves. And to have an as we are going outside with a nice shirt, we would love to attend a meeting. If you are the CEO of a company, you probably don't want to use the basic t-shirt that everyone is using. So you will dream to buy something that is representing you in a better way. So for that reason, maybe the fashion brands can do it. Another way or attitude is the crowdfunding of. So basically, using the metaverse, so basically you can crowdfund the new collection of something, of a brand. So receiving back some NFT that is representing a portion of that. So you will be kind of co-investor or co-owner of the new engagement. If you are a loyal client, maybe the brands know that you are, not you, the digital wallet, so can start to send you a message and offer you, okay, we are designing the new collection. You are our top client. We want to have your opinion. Is it valuable for you or not? So the potential is unlimited. We can discuss hours and hours.
So talking about job opportunities, so they're asking us, in case I want to join a designer team to learn more about this topic, do you believe that the metaverse will also open different job position, or how do you put yourself out there if you're looking for a job into these fields?
Of course, now the design skills, for my personal point of view, have to be applied even into the metaverse, because it's even also what the market needs. If they're starting to create a digital experience using clothes or using fashion, of course, you need to be able. I'm not expert in design, so, but of course they will.
Thank you. Couple of questions more. Pamela is asking us, what do you need would be the most difficult obstacles to face for the fashion industry in the metaverse? So we talk about negative aspect. What do you think will be the obstacle?
The obstacle, so is for personal point of view, every innovation, the biggest obstacle is when we change something, there's resistance, how to resist, help me, Federica, to resist the resistance al cambiamento.
Resilience, like how to be resilient.
How to be resilient. So everything that is new is also scary. And especially in a world where the youngest will know more than the older. They wants to find a compromise. So, no, this war will never happen. This something will not. So that's probably for me, the resilient. So they will stop it. They will not open it enough to try with the risk to fail.
One last question. I think this is quite interesting. So do you think the metaverse will change our opinion and make the non-wearable clothes from the runaway more wearable? Sometimes we see the fashion show with some clothes is like, I would never wear that. Do you think this is going to change?
Where can you see this?
Is into the chat. It's actually, there was a question that Moran put into the chat. And if you scroll down just a few minutes ago.
Sorry, can you repeat it again?
Is if you think the metaverse will change the opinion and make the no-wearable clothes from the runaway more wearable?
I have no idea. This is going to happen.
Great. And is it possible to visualize NFT clothes in different body types? For example, what you see in a small or different size according to the need of the client?
Well, basically, it depends on the size of the avatar in this case. They can fit it, but it's still digital fitting. That would be a bit different from the reality. When we're speaking about the reality, we need to even to test and check the materials, the fitting of, so if something elastic inside, something or not. And body scanning, yes, but also product scanning. There will be, so the digitalization of the product would have to be in a certain way, really sophisticated way. And for now, at least from a personal point of view, it's not that convenient for the company to do it because it will be really expensive and time consuming.
Perfect. So we're coming towards the end of our webinar. As we said at the beginning, it's a very interesting topic, and I'm sure you probably have loads of different questions. We will be following up with an email after the event. We're also recording the event. We will be sharing with you in case you want to rewatch it and also pause on some interesting topic. Stefano, they were asking us if we could share maybe with them the link to the video that you posted, so maybe we can add them later into the email, or if you can actually just copy paste into the chat. So I'm sure this would be very much appreciated. And meantime, I just wanted to thank Stefano for his time, for the presentation, and to be available to answer all the questions that you guys had. And in case you do have any question, as you can see, the team is very much approachable. So we're going to share with you some details. There will be an online open day for POLIMODA. There will be some extra useful information about the programs and about intake courses. There will be a dedicated email address in case you have further questions about the programs, but also about the institution as well. So thank you so much, Stefano, for sharing the link. I'm just going to copy the second one. And thank you all for staying connected. Some of you were asking if the event would have been recorded, and yes, it is recorded, and we will be sharing the recording over the next day together with the some extra information. In case some of you were wondering about certificate of attendance from Docsity, I'm just going to leave you an email address, webinar@docsity.com, that you can reach out, and we would be pleased to provide you with the certificate. Stefano, thank you so much for your time, for your presentation. It has been great. Lots of questions. You did an amazing job answering them all. Super interesting. And we'll keep you posted. We do have some more webinars upcoming with POLIMODA, so we will keep you posted about the next one. And we look forward to seeing you online or in Florence at POLIMODA.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
everyone, for the invitation, for the participation. Was totally my pleasure. So in case of question, let me know. I will happy to reply to all the curiosity.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Ciao.
Thanks. Ciao.